So the Packers are our second team today. I would be putting my head down too, Soupy. 9-8 last year, but they had a really nice finish. Jordan Love earned that $200 million contract in the last 4 or 5 weeks. They went to Dallas, and they showed out. They went to the 49ers, and they showed out until the second half. But can they take a step further? The biggest offseason storyline, indeed, it was Jordan Love. 4 years, $220 million. Boy, has the NFL changed the last 10 years. So according to DraftKings, the number is 9.5, juice to the over. Raphael, where are we going?
Yeah, I'd say hurry up and jump on this 9.5 over -135 because it wouldn't shock me if it goes to 10, a solid 10 in the book zone. We're really about the middle spot that they move it. I don't think they add the half a point. And I'm going to explain why I fading a lot of these. Sportsbooks hold anywhere between 15 to 20% on futures. So a lot of stuff, you see wacky stuff in the NFL, injuries that could kill that one. I like the Packers over on this one. I don't want to say what they're going to do in the division. We'll talk about that down the road, but I just think it's one of the hotter teams. The offensive lines improve. I think their running game is going to be a lot faster this year. And look for the screen pass and the tight ends to be really big for their offense. I think the Packers have a really nice season.
Real quick, you said 15 to 20% of.
Yes.
Wow.
That's why I'm going for a lot of plus. That's why I'm going for a lot of plus money because I can hedge off later and then But yeah, Sportsbook Cream, they just love player future props for the season and just future props in general because that's where they make most of their money. So I'm fading in that plus money because one of these plus monies is going to hit, even if I do have to middle it and maybe hit both of them.
Very good point. Hashtag it pays to watch live. You can't find that kind of information on the recap screen. I tell you guys that all the time. DG, over, under.
Yeah, we're going to go under, but I don't understand Raphael. I say he's going plus money, and he's got 2 minus plays. But, hey, whatever. I'm going to go the Packers under 9.5. Packers under 9.5 wins. It's simple. Listen, they went 9-8 last year. I think they're going to have a step back. I think they got hot down the stretch, and I think that doesn't go over and lead into the next year. But look at week 7 to 14 of this schedule. It is hard. And you're talking about going into a week 7 where, you know what, it's the middle of the season and guys are kind of a little bit more tired. I know that some of these teams might not be as good as we think they are, but looking at the schedule, just go look at it. Week 7 to 14 will be very, very tough for them. And I expect them to kind of be in the 8-9, 9-8 record, kind of contending late for the division. But honestly, it's going to be the Lions that run off.
Wow, you do not believe in Jordan Love taking his team to that next step. Very interesting. So we got 1 over. We've got 1 under. By the way, I do see the mistake, and leave it to the chat to point it out because we want to be right. The Lions over 10.5 wins under Soupy. Soupy, you can't even put your teams in correctly? You're having a rough day. I know it's not you.
I was going to say.
I'm kidding. But I'm assuming you went Packers over 10.5.
Yes.
Why do you think the Packers get to 11 wins?
I think because they had one of the best off seasons, I think, in the league. I think this could be a 12-13 win team. They return again 4 starters to the offensive line. They drafted a left tackle in the first round, Jordan Morgan. So they improved that blind spot for Jordan Love, and he threw 32 touchdowns because Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, and Datavion Wicks all got better as the season progressed. And that was with Christian Watson being hurt for the first part of the season. And if he stays healthy and he gets better, that's just going to be great for the passing game. And then they got Josh Jacobs, who led the league in scrimmage yards just 2 years ago. I think we could see that resurgence. And then they still have one of the best defensive lines. They're moving to the 4-3 scheme. So pay attention to someone, to Rashawn Gary. I think he's had 9 sacks in 2 of his last 3 seasons. I think he's going to do a lot better this year. And then that secondary, Jahara Alexander. And then they got Xavier Kinney from the Giants at safety. This team just improved in every aspect. That's why I think they're going to compete for that number 1 seed this year.
Thank you, Soupy.
Yeah.
I'm just letting it resonate. I'm just letting it, wash over everybody. Damn, there's only one person on the show that I will defend until the ends of the earth when it comes to strays, and that's Producer Man. because producer man's taking a couple of strays. But I'm telling you right now, the man does eight different shows for us at DTL and BTT. I will not take the producer man slander. DG and Soupy, all you want. Not producer man. Not producer man. All right.
Agree.
Thank you, Raphael. So I believe Soupy has gone extensively. DG has gone. Raphael has gone. That means I'm coming over to the man with the smile right now. Charles, we going over, under?
I'm 100% over 9.5 wins. Look, they play the NFC West and then the AFC South, so that's potentially 6 wins there. Vikings twice, so that I have them too. The Bears, they always beat the Bears, and then they usually split with the Lions as well. So this could be like another 10-7 team as well, 11-6 somewhere around there, because the Eagles-Dolphins game will be a little bit trickier, the Texans as well. So yeah, I definitely like them coming back. Getting back to their double-digit winning ways as well. So give me the over 9.5 wins, Packers.
And I'm going to go over as well. I forgot to read ABs for the Lions. That's okay. You guys saw them on the screen. But AB is going to go under 9.5. It's kind of like the sweet spot until you really believe in Jordan Love and can he do it for an entire season. We saw it in the playoffs, but that was just a couple of weeks. But if he matures like the Packers at $54 million a year think he's going to mature, then this should be an over team, but we're kind of split right down the middle. Now, as far as player props are concerned, you're going right back to Jordan Love, Raphael. Explain yourself.
Yeah, I'm just fading Aaron Rodgers in this one. If you can find this prop at DraftKings, you have to search for it. I'll try. If anyone has any questions, I can find a way how to easily fit on there. But Jordan Love minus 140, more touchdown passes than Aaron Rodgers. Why not? Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he completes this full season. He might want to take a trip. He might do something wrong. He might get injured again. I have no trust in him. And I think the Jets are going to be a heavy run team this year as well. So I just think Jordan Love, with all those weapons that Soupy said, I just think he's going to have a really, really good season. And again, the tight ends and the screen passes are going to be really huge for Green Bay. I just like Jordan Love. I'll lay the minus 140 on this prop.
Yeah, so you think he's going to throw a lot of touchdowns compared to Aaron Rodgers. AB thinks he's going to throw a lot of interceptions. I like that play at even money because Jordan Love is not scared to take chances down the field. And we see a lot of those bombs in the defense. So I like that play over 10.5 interceptions for AB. Soupy, coming to you. Rashawn Gary, you're going to the defensive side of the ball. Let's go.
Yeah, I already mentioned it because they are moving to the 4-3 scheme. So it's going to be likely that Rashawn Gary moves into that edge rusher position. 9 sacks in 2 of his last 3 seasons. And that one was because he only played 6 games. So you give him a full 17 playing as an edge rusher, he's going to see double digits this year.
Very good. All right. I like going defensive side of the ball. It's not something in sports betting or football betting that you see a lot. It's becoming a little bit more popular. So on DTL After Dark this year, we'll be attacking some of the defensive plays as well, not just the offense. DG, coming over to you.
Yeah, I watched Love Island this year, and so I'm going to go and be on Love Island right here and kind of back up a little bit of Raphael's pick. And we're going with the Packers to score 1+ passing touchdown for every single regular season game. And that's going to be at plus 1,000. You can find this over at DraftKings. This is a fun bet. But also, if you looked at last season, all but one game they had a passing TD. And the year before that, they had all but one game with a passing TD. I just think that this offense could be a little bit better, but I also think they're going to be behind some because I just think that them playing from behind, giving up more passing attempts. I really do like this, especially when you have a coach that you can trust, especially when you just paid your guy to prove it. I think they're going to make Love prove it here, and they're going to be passing it a little bit more, especially even the screen passes. I think you're going to get a little bit more love here. So 1+ passing TD in every game, plus 1,000.
The one thing I hate about futures is not being interested in them for the entire season. This is an incredible play, DG, that we'd be interested every single game. I love that. I love that. Whoever thought about making this, genius. Whoever thought about picking this,
genius.
A little less than a genius. I'll never give that to you. By the way, I'll get to it in a second. Sorry. Charles, Let me come over to you because you've really been my MVP today because you've done exactly what I've asked you to do every single time. So I thank you for that publicly. Where are you going here on the Packers?
I'm going to grab Jaden Reed over 4.5 receiving touchdowns. I really had to take a double take at this one because he had 8 last season as well, plus an extra year in the offense. So I expect him to get 5 at worst. Like everyone mentioned, we expect Jordan Love to kind of get ramped up in the passing game as well. So, yeah, look at Jaden Reed over 4.5 receiving touchdowns.
All right.